it's another quiet reaction. I hope you're ready for a great time, because you know that we're gonna jump into some BFDI, and it is gonna be so delicious. We got TD and GB coming to each other's hearts, okay, because it's love, and that's the start of a romance. First you got that love, first you got that marriage, then you got a baby and a freaking baby carriage, and I know that you already get it. This is a legit freestyle, so I hope that you are in it to win it, so let's get it, baby. I don't even know why I started freaking rapping. I didn't even write anything up, I just kind of felt like tapping my little bitty toes to some music tonight, but I better get in this thing so I can make this video right, cause I only have an hour and a half, actually less than that, about an hour and a quarter to get this act inside of my public videos. So let's freaking go. Let's all start this freaking show. I'm telling you lads, I just had the urge and I had to scratch it. I had that itch. So let's do this.
The BFDI fanbase is growing ever stronger as the years pass by, which means, logically, that the shipping culture around the show has also grown stronger. Amazing things for some people, all the sparing, rare pairs, and headcanons, knowing how in the actual show, the romance is very not there whatsoever.
Nuanced.
However, it's yet to be brought out consistently, it's never been explicitly stated,
Indeed.
but there's something. So many episodes of building up friendships has led to an unprecedented amount of demand for
ships.
Man, just freaking kiss already. And some might even say that the demand has gotten a bit too high recently.
My name is Charlie. Is Tengolf Canon?
You guys, I get you, but please don't do this. You're lucky they seem to know how to handle tricky questions.
Boy, what do you mean don't do that? The kids like the romance. Give the children romance.
Hitting them entirely.
I feel like they hang out so much that, like, I mean, Golfball has a tattoo saying duo, like, on one of her dimples, so I feel like that explains enough.
Buddy, that's a yes or no question.
That's true.
And you didn't respond with either. Even if these are not actually confirmations of any kind, people still misinterpret statements like these all the time. Like, this doesn't mean anything.
At all.
If you really want to know what's canon, then look no further than what's actually happening in the show. Where never is it explicitly stated that anyone in this universe is dating.
Yes.
Period. It's definitely an idea a few of us have thought of, but the show seems pretty dead set on not having romance, which is...
Except for X and 4, because those thinkers are roommates. And I don't think it gets any more lovey-dovey than that.
Why there's not a single truly canon romantic relationship. Or is there? Okay, they're not dating, but I have reasons to believe something's up with these two. That's right.
Well, I don't know.
It's your time to shine.
Yeah!
Because in this video, I'll be examining my #1 candidate to explore the uncharted territory that is romance in BFDI. Golf ball and tennis ball. Because I have a theory that supports the canonicity of the ship. Kind of. And afterwards, I like to look at if it's even worth it for BFDA to give a romance arc, something unprecedented for the show.
I mean, theories are always a good time. I have many theories, because Fiery and Leafy only care about each other and would leave everybody else in the show for each other, as they have made abundantly clear. Abundantly clear. On top of that, you got... Who else has a relationship like that? I mean, Needle and Pin are becoming best friends, but they only just started becoming buddies. Hopefully they can be good friends in the future. But it's obviously you can't get romantic with somebody you just frickin' met, even though they've known each other for like 9 years, 11 years, 13 years. Anyway. There's another one. I'm thinking, I swear there's another one. There is another one, man. I mean, besides just X and 4 and Fiery and Leafy, there's one more romance. I mean, David and Dora are siblings, so let me play the video.
So please, keep an open mind, let me cook, and let's break this shit down.
What the frick?
That's not what I meant.
Oh.
So, golf ball and tennis ball.
God.
It's pretty well known these two are a pretty strong duo.
Yeah.
I'm not really saying anything new there. They've been best friends since the very start of the show. And throughout the series, tennis ball gives off the impression that his let's just say, affection for Golf Ball is pretty unconditional. As in, he's willing to put up with her antics regardless of how much it bothers him. Besides, Tennis Ball seems to be willing to listen to Golf Ball's orders and challenges and such. And remember, nobody else listens to her ever.
Are there any supplies for her? Really?
Even when 8-Ball took over a better name than that during early BFB, Tennis Ball was the only member that was in favor of keeping Golf Ball as their leader.
TP, do something!
I tried to stop them, but they wouldn't listen.
So yeah, Tennis Ball, pretty loyal to her.
Very
Golf
much.
Ball,
But they wouldn't listen.
So yeah, Tennis Ball, pretty loyal.
You and your girl going to get her food after an argument she started because she was hungry. What kind of bullcrap? The freaking faces.
To her. And Golf Ball, despite how grumpy and prideful she usually is, doesn't shy away from expressing her gratitude
at all.
Despite your grammatical error from earlier, you are a true friend, and I appreciate your loyalty. Let's team up.
A rather stark contrast in how she welcomes basketball to the team seconds later.
Fine.
And of course, any close friendship usually needs something to bond over, and this guy's bond over science. Remember when they narrowed out for so long they literally forgot about the challenge?
There are only 5
Just
remaining
yap,
in the
yap, yap,
contest. Oh shoot, we nerded out too hard.
I could keep listing more friendly interactions, but the point is that Golf Ball and Tennis Ball have a strong bond already established. And let's be real here, the former kinda struggles to connect with anyone else in the show, Buffball being the only one I can think of that actually became a good friend of hers. Like 5 seasons in. So,
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't think it's crazy to say that she's really scored a jackpot with Tennis Ball. Okay, that's good and all, but let's get to what you click for. Where's the canon romance I speak of? I like to point out 2 specific scenes, give you my honestly not very crazy theory, and then analyze the duo under that lens and see what happens.
Look at these two.
So which are these 2 scenes? Some of you may have probably guessed them by now. First off, BFDI 1B. Probably the most iconic scene of the entire episode.
See? I knew TB and GB had a crush on each other. TB, GB sitting in a tree.
K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
Shut it, Connie. I only like Tennis Ball in a platonic way.
Wow, things could have really turned out differently to start with this, huh? Anyways, you saw what happened. I don't need to paraphrase it. And even though this episode is really old, it still managed to forever canonize the fact that objects can, indeed,
feel romance.
Crushes.
Crush.
Though Golf Ball immediately denies Courtney's tease, Tennis Ball didn't really speak now,
at
did
all.
he? His reaction isn't even shown on camera. Put a pin on that. Okay.
Hey, we know how us guys, the guys out there, the guys that are older than 13, you guys know how we get when we get girls we like, man. We'll friggin' die for them, man. Doesn't even matter if they're good for us or not, man. That's why we gotta be aware before we get at the wrong people and they break our hearts and turn us into friggin' socially awkward neats. Okay.
I know, this is the very first episode. It's not the only relationship implied in this episode. And everything related to romance seems like it was dropped right after this. But please hear me out. Which relationships were quote-unquote teased in this episode besides Tengolf?
There it is, that's the third one.
We got Woodrop and Coin Needle. It goes without saying that after this episode, Woody and Woodrop as a relationship of any kind became completely irrelevant. As for Coin Needle,
I like Coiny more.
though they will become friends, not a single interaction between them in the future has even been close to suggesting a romance.
Okay. Yes, that is completely true. See, these two right here, these two aren't dating. But these two, yeah. Now let me stop and get back in the corner where I belong.
Tengolf, however, is different. I most definitely won't have this theory if the suggestion of them being in a romance was never brought up again. However, strangely enough, it has. This brings us to the quintessential Tengolf scene. The holy grail of the Tengolf temple. The BFE 14 scene.
I don't know.
Is it me, or is it getting warm around here?
Oh, geez,
It's getting hot in here, so
you know,
take off.
I think...
You don't need to see that.
Yeah, okay, there's only one
You don't need to
possible
see
way
that.
to interpret this scene. Tennis Ball
Never mind.
thought Golf Ball was flirting with him. There's no way to tiptoe around it. Golfball says a variation of a phrase typically used for flirting without realizing, and Tennis Ball responds with nervous stutters because he thought he was actually trying to flirt with him. Period. This scene was kind of a one-off joke, sure, but even if it was written for the gag, the implications of Tennis Ball's reaction to the flirt are still there. This brings me to my theory. Lads, I truly believe that
Tennis Ball likes her.
Tennis Ball has a crush on Golf Ball.
Yeah.
This kind of scene, one of
because that's why he is always... Tennis Ball is a friggin' ride or die, dude. The best example, too. It's crazy. And I actually friggin' love it. He's a ride or die. You need friends like that. You really do. Everybody deserves a friend like that. Not a yes man, but somebody who can be sensible, but still stick by your side no matter what. Because Tennis Ball is the one who talks her down when she gets too crazy. And he's still there even though she does get crazy. And he still throws people in the friggin' lava pit when she gets crazy.
Genuine tension, which actually undoubtedly hits at a romance. Other strong BFDI ship contenders don't have it. Well, except this one, I guess.
Care to give me some air?
No.
Straw needed.
But I guess the big difference between these two is that Lollipop and Bubble don't have nearly as strong of a bond. There's a clear rejection, and none of the other interactions suggest that Lollipop is genuinely in love with Bubble.
Then how come you didn't even notice when 4 killed me?
Well, so, to be honest, I think Lollipop just felt like kissing a woman.
Yeah.
Which, like... My point
Katy Perry
is that you can't really interpret any interactions between other strong bonds as romantic, since none of them really have a scene where you can interpret.
And that one.
Without a shadow of a doubt. Oh yeah, they definitely have a crush on them. For example, Quimpin is a really good candidate for a romance. I'm not saying they're not. They clearly care about each other a lot, but like, it's missing the last piece of the puzzle. Neither of them have gotten that trademark crush nervousness. At least not yet.
Not yet.
But this guy...
Oh, jeez, Golfball.
With this scene, you can definitely say he's hiding some feelings. Which really just completely opens the floodgates for us to analyze other interactions under this knowledge. Because this will hold no weight by itself if Tennis Ball didn't reinforce the impression he left on this scene in other scenes. So with this in mind, let's expand our scope and search other scenes for more signals. Give me a sec.
Do it. Do it.
FBI agent, I swear this is for research purposes. The most typical sign of a crush is that you will want to spend as much time as possible with your love interest. You know,
22?
Find ways to be around them and such. And hey, wait a minute.
We'll pick Golf Ball because she and I are a duo.
I'll bring Golf Ball back. I promise to never switch. It's for free smarters, you say? Well, I'm a team no-namer now, but why don't I just... Can you switch to Free Smart's team just for this episode? I gotta switch!
No, Tennis Ball!
Come on, Golfy. You know you want to.
I absolutely do not!
Come on, Golfy. You know you want to. Yay! Gotta get my team members back.
It's that freaking...
Want to.
Yay!
Get my team members back.
What the frick?
Can I stick with you, Golf Ball?
It's just
you guys
her.
stay here and compete on the balance beam, and then me
I gotta get my team members back, and then only gets her.
and Golf Ball will. Oh.
I'm in the bottom too?
No! Golfy, you can't go!
I
mean,
his
nothing so crazy,
voice.
but it's definitely there. Oh, and don't get me started on Golf Ball's BFDI elimination.
No, not Golfy! This is going to be so satisfying.
Shut up, Match. Nobody likes you. Not even Pencil.
Specifically, when the contestants are picking their teammates for the challenge.
Aw, man. Without my Golfy by my side, who could I possibly team with?
Your Golf.
Not me!
That's
my Golfy by
bullcrap,
my
bro.
side, who could I...
That's freaking bullcrap. Look at these two. Look at these two right here above me. Bro, they're just rubbing it all in his face. Meanwhile, he's missing the only person who he truly cares about in this entire freaking show.
Possibly team
That's crazy.
Why not me?
No.
I guess you'll do.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Man, without my Golfy by my side...
My Golfy.
Your Golfy? Your.
Yeah.
By your side, buddy.
I like claims to my friends too, but
in there.
still.
Bit possessive, isn't it?
I miss my wife, Tails.
Aww.
Yay! This is for you, Golfy.
Just let it go, bruh. It's over.
Speaking of which,
No, it's
what's
not.
wrong with him?
TB and GB have never been on separate teams before.
I'm not even trying to be picky anymore. That right there is a lost soul. It's hard to find these two not together. The only way to take Tennis Ball away from her is if she's the one that doesn't want to be around, or if they're forcefully separated. But you'll never catch Tennis Ball being the one distancing away.
Never.
Not even once throughout the entire show. Like, they had to glue Golfball to a gosh darn tree so Tennis Ball could have a single episode interacting with other teammates. And not even that worked for long.
At all.
Salicylic acid.
And while we're on this scene, I think Tennis Ball rant here somewhat explains why he will be crushing on Golf Ball of all people.
Ah, this is so frustrating. Everyone on my team is such a numbskull. I try to put up with them, but they let me down like this? How is it that nobody on my team knows anything about chemistry? Wait, maybe there is someone.
Kind of should spells it out for us here. Tennis Ball likes smart girls.
Yes, exactly. I think, though I wrote that joke half jokingly, I think it's important to make my point clearer. Perhaps Tennis Ball does lay in more towards smarter people, but their friendship likely kept growing based off the trust they've built over the years, regardless of intelligence. Maybe the preference towards smart people may indicate why TB gave their friendship a chance in the first place, though. But that's just an interpretation. A BFDI interpretation. Okay.
And just as a reminder, no matter if he disagrees, if Golfball insists, Tennis Ball will still listen to her.
Okay, GB, I'll do what you say.
Send her to the incinerator, Tennis Ball.
Exactly. That's what I said. That's literally what I said.
I don't know why, but we have to go now.
That is the first time I've ever seen you make a decision irrationally. But if you insist, that was my project.
Well, you rented out my factory to build it, so I get partial credit.
Fine.
And look, TV even fills the protective quota.
Be careful where you bounce!
Don't hit Golf Ball like that.
Don't get it twisted. It is not in character for Tennis Ball to do something like this.
At all.
In fact, it's so out of character that the reaction to this scene when it released was pretty negative. I've seen people argue this was
out of nowhere. TBs don't hit Golf Ball like that, line felt very derailing of him for no reason in particular, despite him having been shown earlier to somewhat clash with GB's tendencies. Teapot 2 and choose fighting basketball being a good example, but for... Anyway.
She's badly written, but if you want my opinion, well, let's just say being in love makes you take some rather stupid decisions.
Right.
You right.
It really does.
Interpret Tennis Ball's side of the friendship as you may. Personally, I don't know. I just think it's cute to think a character really does hold some feelings for another, and having scenes to support that thought. And some of you might have noticed, I didn't really speak of what Gold Ball thinks of him. And that's because my theory is that Tennis Ball is the one with the crush, and not necessarily the other way around. Look at it this way. He's a nice enough guy to the point he could really hang out with anyone if he wishes. And he has. But he chooses to continue alongside Golf Ball. As for her, well...
She's not even on the fence. She knows exactly where he is. She looks at him like the best ally she has. She looks at him in a pragmatic way because he is the best ally she has. And that's all that she sees him as. But that doesn't mean it can't grow into more. Because when you only have one friend, you never want to leave that friend behind. But this one still does. She still has times when she wants to leave and try and do her own thing. So, they haven't grown close enough yet to make it a romance, but it's almost there. Leafy and Fiery are definitely closer though, because their relationship is completely mutual. Completely mutual. Same with Queenie and friggin' Penn. And 4 and X. They're never apart if they can help it. Ever.
She's really got no choice.
Well,
and as soon as she
they are,
have
but
a choice,
you know,
in the form of Puffball, she actually didn't hesitate to be with her instead of Tennis Ball.
At all.
Interestingly enough, who knows? Maybe the romance isn't mutual. Unlike Tennis Ball, she doesn't really have any scenes that might indicate she's hiding any feelings. Quite the opposite, actually.
I only like Tennis Ball in a platonic way.
Yeah.
Fair. That's the very first episode, and things might have changed since. Or she might be lying, I don't know.
Maybe.
So with that entire theory in mind, okay, TV might have a crush, sure.
Duh.
But that doesn't necessarily mean it has to lead anywhere in the show. It could
True.
just put to the side like it has been so far.
They could just
won't lead
keep
into
going.
anything, but what if it did? That question leads to a different debate. Will the romance arc of any kind work in BFDI at all? She will not do that. This is a bit of a controversial topic.
She would not friggin' do
I
that.
decided to gather some opinions on my community tab. I ran a poll asking my viewers if they think a romance arc will have any success in the show. With over 1,000 votes cast, yes got 20%, no got 47%, and unsure got a 33%. So there's quite a divide. But it definitely.
Personally, I don't really think that it would work either. I like that it's implied, and they can even be dating. Cause dating, you can do that outside of the show. I just don't think it should be a central thing in the show, because then it will distract from the actual point and the actual plot of the show, as random, as sporadic, as extravagant, as effervescent as it is. It makes things pretty friggin' interesting, and it's just getting more and more interesting, more and more exciting, more and more exhilarating, more and more enticing. Anyway, so romance arc? No. Romance, of course. Just say, hey, we're together now, and that's it. Easy.
Definitely leans towards the no side of things, at least on YouTube. Full disclaimer now, I'm team. So this whole thing was just a ploy to get something to argue against. Many of them mention a variation of the argument.
BFDI is a cartoon about silly objects for kids, and it's not designed to have romance.
Every silly freaking show has romance. That's not the reason that's not the reason why it wouldn't work. Every stupid silly show has a little bit of romance except for SpongeBob. SpongeBob is the only show for kids in history that doesn't have romance at all. And even then, you can see SpongeBob's freaking parents kissing and crap. Like, just saying.
It would feel out of place, etc.
Keep it in the back.
Okay,
not
sure.
in the front.
Here's a list of kids cartoons that have some kind of romantic arc
all of them. Literally all of them.
Even other objects like excellent entities, paper puppets, and even inanimate insanity to some degree include elements of romance. I know BFDI is different. It's pretty lighthearted in nature. However, it can get serious and treat their arcs with the respect they reserve sometimes. For example, look at this comment.
As much as I love BFDI, Carrie is the head writer, and it shows. I don't think romance could work with his more silly humor-focused style.
Counterpoint 1, romance can very much be comedic in nature too. Do not just discard the possibility because the show hasn't exploded before.
Hush! Romance comedy animes are the crap, man. They are so good. I think it might be my new favorite genre. I mean, I do need some actual plot. I need something thought-provoking, something that, invokes complex thought, existentialism, tragedy, critical thinking, strategy, puzzle, fantasy, all that crap. That I do need that in some of my media, in a lot of my media, but sometimes I just want to watch some nonsense. Sometimes I just want to watch some freaking Dear Girl brain rot, and then when I can, I do. So, yeah, romance plus comedy equals W.
Secondly, have you seen BFDI 813? Carrie wrote this scene.
Are you there?
No, she's not.
And this scene.
Aww. Yep.
My point is, BFDI is not 100% silly. Don't believe that for a second. That's how you end up with seasons like Post-Split. There is a balance. It's mostly fun, sure, but accentuating that fun with brief, serious moments of development, in my opinion, is the secret sauce to the show's high quality. The community remembers scenes where BFDI winds down very fondly.
This shot right here was the one I saw the most. Like, wow, I didn't really expect this to resonate with so many people.
That one BFE6 scene where Coiny comforted Pin is by far the best scene of that episode, and I think very few of you disagree. If the crew dipped their toes into actually developing some kind of romance here, I personally think it'd be very interesting, and it doesn't have to be 100% serious all of the time. I'd rather move on to a more compelling argument.
If they started randomly having romantic tension between each other, it wouldn't work because almost all BFDI characters have known each other for around 6 to 10 years.
And that is the reason why some of these relationships work so well. Because they have that tension already, because they have that established foundation. Leafy and Fiery have been like that for a while now. Pin and Queenie have been like that for a long while. They knew each other when they were little babies. And I don't think they can really age, but technically they can age. So they have experiences, they have lessons. So their relationships have developed. It can have a little bit of romance in there. And it does. Just a little sprinkle. Just doesn't have to be too direct, too overwhelming, you know? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
saying. It would be out of character for them to randomly start having romantic tension.
This is definitely a line of thought I can understand more. But at the same time, come on guys. Time is irrelevant in the VFDI universe and it's about damn time.
They are immortal. They are.
We figured that out.
Lizzo?
T11 had its characters do the same activity for 4 years straight.
Lizzo.
And if you're saying it will make sense to have them randomly have romantic tension, Golfball and Tennis Ball just happen to have a bit of experience when it comes to that topic.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, Golfball, I get it!
Like, this guy's not only in love. He's been in love for a while now. Maybe not since episode 1, but somewhere along BFDIA, he should seem to grow quite attached.
Without my Golfie by my side!
And that's without mentioning the fact that you can very well develop crushes on people you've known for years. I'm not saying everyone in the cast needs to randomly start hooking up with each other. All I'm saying is that there could be 1 or 2 pairs that cross that great arbitrary filter. And this is my candidate, whether or not Golfo likes him back. In fact, a rejection might actually be a smart way to revert everything back to normal eventually. Even if it breaks my heart. To wrap this up, I'd like to bring up the proposal I definitely agree with the most.
I think the love arc would work in BFDI, but it should be a small arc.
Treating romance as casually as possible is about the best thing the show could do to explore this idea.
That's what I
Another
said.
comment I agree with suggested a show don't tell approach and to not be so in your face about it. For example, if the 2 subjects of this video genuinely just got closer affection wise, if Tennis Ball managed to take out a softer side to Golf Ball, which will be a monumental achievement, if they blush, whatever the hell, it's a pretty good way to build up the relationship before they even speak a word about it.
How does a golf ball blush?
The benefit to it?
They don't have blood.
The exploration of a new, interesting idea for the show. And also because it's adorable. I mean, let's be honest, seeing the characters explore a romantic angle would be really cute. And if they do, it shouldn't steal away from what the show usually is. I think that's a good way to wrap things up. If you enjoy this, smash the subscribe button and the bell because the GOAT is back! I hope that video wasn't too controversial, but I was really interested in writing about this kind of stuff. So, there you go. Let's be honest though, the idea of Tengolf or any other ship actually being explored in the show is probably just all speculation. Because the day they actually try adding romance to BFDI is the day the world explodes into a billion tiny pieces. And yeah.
My boy, everything that we think about cartoon universes is speculation. Because it's not our reality. Unless it is written by very specific people, then it's not going to become anything to us. Heck, everything that we think about most people is speculation. We don't know what the heck our people are doing behind our backs, and we shouldn't. We don't have to. It's not our business. Okay? You can trust somebody. That doesn't mean they're gonna live up to that trust. That's what trust is for. That's what faith is for. So if you got faith in your theory, then stand on it, boy. Alright then.
That's pretty much it. Name's Nacho, and I'll see you another day, maybe.
Farewell. Yeah, my boy. GD Nacho. Nacho Theory, baby.
The BFDI fanbase is growing ever stronger as the years.
The heck was my boy watching? Go ahead and open up that search history. I swear I am always on one when I do these quiet reactions, man. Hey, what can I say? It's the nights. In the night she hears him calling. I'm not, no. I am not The Weeknd, but I could be. Wait, it's frickin' Wednesday. Never mind, I'm Jen Ortega. Hey, you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, share, and all the good stuff. This one's a little bit longer, but hopefully I can still manage to upload it before midnight. We're gonna see. In any case, I hope you're having a great week, hope you're having a great life, hope you're having a great grasp on your meaningful personal relationships. And I hope that you're analyzing the people in your life so that you can learn as much about them as possible and then make them feel good when you bring up random things that a lot of people don't know. And that's all I've got to say. So you guys have a great night. Because you are loved, you're appreciated, and you're gonna do amazing things. That's all for me. I'm out. Peace.